Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, welcome back to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion, I'm Dixieland Carvine.
And I'm Auntie Boulain.
My throat has been like suffering since.
Well, how do you think she feels? That's her real voice.
That bit, I think she's starting to do it for attention.
I watched them on James St. James Transformation and
James St. James.
James St. James. They weren't really in drag, so I saw her male form and I heard that voice and I was like, oh, that's tough.
That follows her around.
That follows her around.
Ugh.
It's been a week.
Yes.
How was your week?
It was National Coming Out Day was this week.
And do you have something to say?
I'm a proud gay man.
And clown.
And clown.
There you go.
No, I'm not
That's what I'm
proud.
putting on.
You think I'm proud
Of this? No.
No.
No, this is all shameful.
This is
Yeah.
foolery. Are you proud to be a straight white woman?
Yes. And Christian, mother of 3. I've got my 3 precious children. I have 2 boys and a girl. I have Joshua, after Joshua in the Bible. I have Caleb, after Caleb in the Bible.
Oh my God.
And then the girl's name is Dolly Parton, after Dolly Parton.
Who's also in the Bible.
Who's also in the Bible. I love my little Dolly. She's 8 years old and has the biggest tits. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. I'm just imagining a little girl heaving. That's a child.
Have you ever thought something before you said it and you were like, this is wrong?
And you went for it. Okay, so we're here. Anything else happened this week?
No.
Okay. You're crying.
No. We had our drag race Thursdays, which were fun. We had Lee Dawson. No buffering whatsoever.
How nice.
It was nice, but also I missed having a little bit of the pressure on. I felt like I let my guard down.
Really?
I didn't make near as many big-chested children jokes as I normally would have.
If you want pressure, we could put pressure on you.
How?
Well, where does it hurt the most? Dragula episode 7, it opens with fortune telling. We get a cute little white couple going through a carnival.
What do you think of them using just like random actors? Wouldn't it be more fun if like Heclina or like any other like Coco Peru, like other famous like drag queens playing these parts?
That would make it
Wouldn't that be fun?
so much more iconic.
Although the girl was good. She's cute.
Yeah, she was funny.
Her hair was a mess. I couldn't figure out where she tied
Wasn't
it.
she was
I don't
wearing a
know if
hat,
she tied
wasn't
it
she?
in the
No,
back.
it was tied up.
No, I don't know.
The
if
dude
it's
was wearing a hat.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to go into the haunted house. And she's like, okay, well.
Well, so they do cut back. So you find out that she was the nurse in the scene where they're in the hospital. And so when she's getting her fortune told, I guess when she was a nurse, she said she can't wait until she never lays eyes on them again or something like that about the Boulets.
Oh.
So this is kind of their revenge.
Made her stare into a light.
And then her eyes exploded.
Huh.
Is that in a horror movie? Or is that just like a health risk?
Staring into bright lights.
Yeah.
I think it's a health risk. I've grown up.
Look into this light for about 45
I
minutes.
can do it. They get back into the long room. They're talking about their performance, and it was all about concepts. Who had the best concept? Who executed it? Even though Priscilla Chambers had a real life
dead cow
was burning their skin from the formaldehyde. The concept wasn't there, so they didn't like it.
They did say that they're splitting hairs now. I mean, that's kind of what they have to do. But did anyone really question whether Priscilla would go home over Madeline? Like, no. They knew Madeline's time was up.
She's been in the bottom. She double stacked a wig.
She double stacked a wig and she said, I'm a doctor. And they were like, not my doctor.
But she went home the episode before it was the wig challenge. Imagine all the things she would have stacked.
Well, they only gave her one wig. So she would have been fucked. She would have had this like amazing bang and then just the flat wig.
Giant lump.
Just a giant lump
And
and then nothing. Good for her.
Priscilla came back into the workroom. People were happy about it.
I mean, I've loved Priscilla. Like, you know, I think we've said we were big fans. This episode may have changed a little bit of that for me. But I guess we can get into that when
Okay.
that happens. I don't want to put the cart before the horse because it'll kill the horse.
Is that what people...
I assume if the cart's filled with explosives.
You seen Anastasia?
Yeah. Why?
There's a scene where... Never mind. I just saw it this week and I thought I'd want to talk about it for a little bit.
Anastasia, there's a scene of what?
I didn't catch the end of it.
So
But-
you're a big fan.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm bored. So...
It's like an hour and 10 minutes. You don't have time.
Is this curse real? Because they say that they were all killed because of a curse.
So Rasputin, while not an actual, like, witch or whatever he is in the movie, like he doesn't have a talking bat and powers, was a real person. He was like a spiritual, no, I don't remember.
Was he a fortune
I
teller?
have things to say.
Okay.
I can get into it in the intermittent
Okay.
unless you want
Okay.
it now.
No, we'll do intern minute.
Okay.
But when they got shot to death, including Anastasia, unfortunately, they had sewn precious jewels into their clothes because they didn't want those taken. So the bullets were like bouncing off of their like clothes,
Ooh.
being stopped by like diamonds and shit. And they didn't know what was causing that. And so some people did think like they were being protected. But then they all died.
Oh.
But behind the scenes, Liz Calloway is the singing voice
Yes.
of Anastasia.
Love
I
her.
love Liz Calloway. And Meg Ryan was the speaking voice. And so on Obsessed with Seth Rudetsky, Liz Calloway tells a story of at the premiere, she went up to Meg Ryan and said, "Hi, I'm Liz. I did the singing voice of Anastasia." And Meg Ryan just looked at her and went, "I told everyone I did the singing voice." And then like,
I'm so sorry. I was looking up the Romanovs.
and their
Came
music.
on, and an ad came on. I do apologize.
Anyway, but that's all Meg Ryan said to her. Isn't that sad?
That's mean.
Meg Ryan's son is hot now. Just as a side note.
The challenge this week is to create a sideshow act. The old,
Razzle dazzle.
you know what it is. Like,
Yeah,
you got
it's-
the clown, the
And like
Strong
the
lady.
conjoined twins. It's fucked
Sword
up what
swallower.
they did to those people.
yeah, they sewed them together.
Well, because they called them... they kept sewing people together.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They called them freaks so they didn't see them as real people, which is why I only refer to Alexis as a freak. Because if I start to believe she has feelings, it's going to change the whole dynamic of our
When you
relationship.
humanize something,
Yeah, you can't.
you fall in love with
Can't.
it.
Get back in your cage.
What sideshow character do you relate to the most?
Ooh, that's a good question. Once when I was in Kentucky, maybe I was in Mississippi, I don't know, they run together. They were advertising like the world's biggest alligator. It was in the parking lot of like a grocery store, and it was just like really big tank with an alligator that barely fit inside it and like couldn't move. And so you'd pay like $5 and then you would just look down at the world's saddest, largest alligator.
Oh.
So I relate to him. But I feel like if I were to be in a sideshow, it would be like in a Mississippi grocery store parking lot and not moving. I like that part.
And you're a big, spiny lady.
Yeah, I mean, my skin does come off in scales. Who would you be? Who do you relate to the most?
Basing off today's look, I would be the bearded lady.
Good for her. Growing it in. I don't think that is that crazy.
That's not that crazy. Having a little facial hair.
I think a lot of those things were made up, except for like the conjoined twins. I know a lot of those were, those
They still exist.
Well, I'm not saying conjoined twins are sad. I'm saying the way they were used in the sideshow.
Oh.
Some people, they would just get like the fetuses that didn't make it and put them in like formaldehyde and put them in big jars. You can see those in museums
This is
today.
awful.
You don't know these things? I watch Discovery Channel when I'm on planes.
SAR,
Sorry.
create a sideshow act, and they also have to style a wig from Arta Wigs.
Ooh, yeah, they
based
go.
in Chicago.
Yeah, they go back to the long table room and they all have these wigs waiting for them. I'm assuming they probably chose them before. Like, I'm assuming they were like, I need a red wig for this look or whatever. It didn't seem like they were going in and like fighting, like, I want this one.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see that though.
fighting over
Well, especially,
the straight black wig.
yeah, it's.
The Dixie.
Yeah, so Arta is based in Chicago. I think we all working drag queens know someone who works for Arta. Alexis just did a campaign for them. We'll pop it up here. Ding! Didn't she look great?
Wow.
I know. I truly,
I put a spell on you.
Yeah, and a few years ago they came out with the Chicago line, so they just had all these new wigs and they named them after Chicago drag queens. They named one after me, which I was so excited. Everyone kind of had like their same color hair, like Valentine Adams had like a purple wig and Lucy had like a pink wig. And then it was like the Dixie, and it was a long, straight black wig. So I was so excited to have a wig named after me, but I couldn't imagine.
Honestly, I'm gonna get that wig.
I know. Well, I tried to, and then it was sold out because of all, you know, all my fans who are also witches.
They said, I want to look like Dixie.
Give me the Dixie. I think a big reason Arta is so popular too is like, well, they're big in the cosplay too, but the quality is great.
Mm-hmm.
You can't argue the quality of an Arta
There's
wig.
a lot of hair density.
There's a lot. It's thick. Oh, that's me. It's a spam risk.
We could hype them up when we get that sponsorship though.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Arta, we want wigs.
We want wigs.
We want
please.
wigs.
Wig, please. So Priscilla pulls the scab off, says she's got some things to say, specifically to Dahlia. And it's all about Dahlia being a brat and how Dahlia has a huge ego. What do you think about that?
It is edited. We don't get to see every side. Louisiana did say in her talking head that Dahlia had been like annoying and a brat the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure there is some truth to that.
Mm-hmm.
But what Priscilla was saying, and that she doesn't belong there, she would have been sent home by Maxie. She
was lucky to have that key. It saved her.
Yeah, she's
and-
coasting, and that she was talking about her, but she's been nice to her face, and she doesn't have any receipts. It all just fell apart. Like, the minute Priscilla started, it didn't hold water. It just seemed very jealous, and I love Priscilla, but this was a very emotional, jealous place.
Yes.
And Dahlia, she was really eloquent in her arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Everything she said, she just shot it down, shot it down, shot it down, shot it down.
Priscilla was very persistent. And you know,
What
when you
did you
keep digging
think?
that hole,
What did you think about her saying she didn't belong there?
I thought that she did belong there when Priscilla was talking about the looks and how they were not enough to cruise by. I thought
outta
like
here.
she's brought the
Dahlia's
strongest,
been-
like the stronger looks.
Yes! That rat queen look was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Even the one that like they didn't like, the one that the key saved her from, I thought was still really great. She's really good.
Yeah.
I think for Dahlia, and especially Dahlia's age, she handled herself very well.
It's very easy to like have an ego when you're that young.
Then say that. Then say like, I just think you're annoying, and I think you're an asshole, which is what she eventually said because all her arguments fell apart. Don't say she doesn't belong or that she's been coasting. She's been killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, that just makes you look petty and ridiculous. And then just say, I don't have receipts, and Dahlia's like, all right, well, when you do, then we'll sit down and talk. She's like, okay, we'll see. Landon was over it because Landon's
Over
like
it.
secure. Landon's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Landon's just like-
only insecure people really attack.
Priscilla.
Yeah.
She was in the bottom, and I think coming off of that, she was just like shaken, and so she went for the kill. And unfortunately, it just made her look bad.
It looked really bad. Eva Destruction. They
because Dahlia said, yeah.
said something about relying on other people's talent, and she made this face of like, no one's relying on anyone's talent. Everyone's like on their own.
I think Eva took it as she has all her like hair done for her and stuff like that. I think that's the way she took it. And because they had just picked up these wigs, and Eva's like, I don't know how to do this. So she was like already kind of in her head about it. That was easy.
She didn't want to feel invalidated.
No. Do you know how to do hair?
I could tease and pull it back. I could make a wig.
You've made a cute little wig
Made that-
before.
I love wearing that blonde wig.
Yeah,
all the
you
time.
made that.
Do you make hair?
No.
Oh.
I think if gun to my head and I had to do it, especially if there's a gun to my head, that's the only way to style a wig, I think. I think I could do something, but I just prefer to keep my best friend emotionally broken and dependent on me, and I make her do it. So then they have to pick their top 3.
Yes.
So coming up with this huge argument.
After all that, they're like, okay, so who do we like? Something in common with all of them. They all think Landon deserves to be in the top 3.
Absolutely.
Me too.
And Louisiana was up there too. Who is your top 3 right now?
Okay.
We both agree Landon's gonna make it.
Landon's gonna make it. I think Dahlia's gonna make it too.
Dahlia's gonna make it for sure.
And maybe Louisiana?
I don't know. It's a toss-up for me, Louisiana and Priscilla.
Okay.
I think next week it's really going to come down to their performance. I truly think it's just too close to call.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you want to see there, Priscilla or Louisiana?
I would want to see Louisiana.
Same.
Just because she's like the heart of gold.
Yeah, and she, especially this episode, we got to see how much it like truly means to her.
They're talking about their methods for this show. Landon says they're going to be eating glass. Piercings going to happen for some people. Tap dancing.
Yeah, Eva said she's...
Well, what do I know? I know what hello my baby, hello my right time guy. Okay.
You should be the WB frog. You'd be perfect at that.
That'd be great.
That's another
Let me come out
impression.
next week with a top hat, a cane, and a
There you
big
go.
old...
Everyone was like, oh no, Eva, no. Oh no, Eva, no.
Yeah.
Unless she had done something really ooky spooky with those tap shoes, she was in trouble.
You're gonna tap?
I guess people did. Because like the Sideshow freaks sometimes would have to put on a show.
Come one, come all, see the bearded lady do jazz. So the next day, what happens?
The next day they're getting ready and Priscilla, she goes at Dahlia again.
In the back of her head, she's like, you know what? No, I'm not done. So...
Oh, God. And Dahlia's immediate... She has the reaction I would have, which is just like, what is it this time? And it was about the Dragula pageant. Because I guess people can be cast from the Dragula pageant.
Okay.
As much as Priscilla wanted to do it, she wasn't able to. I don't know if she didn't have the funds or whatever, but for whatever reason, she couldn't get to the pageant. And Dahlia had said she didn't want to do the pageant. Somehow, that turned into Priscilla being upset, thinking that Dahlia's better than her because she didn't have to do the pageant.
And that Dahlia was taking it for granted, and that she's like a entitled little thing.
Again, though, like, Priscilla, your circumstances are your circumstances, and that couldn't get you to the pageant. It's not Dahlia's fault. If she does have a little bit of privilege there and having, like, a legacy, she didn't come in unless something happened that we didn't see. She's not, like, rubbing it in her face, like, I didn't have to do the pageant. She, literally, her words were, at the end, was like, I didn't want to do it. It's reaching. What she said, Priscilla, you need to
Stretch before you reach. She had a lot of good liners in this one.
Yeah.
She really did.
Well, that was the thing. That was the other thing, is that, like, when someone's coming at you, you either have two modes. You have kind of like the Eva destruction mode, where you get a little tongue-tied when you're put on the spot, or Dahlia, who was just, she was ready for battle.
Yeah.
You could tell that's not the first time she's had to defend herself. Are you good in confrontations?
Oh, I shut down.
You look like a fucking idiot.
Don't do it.
Dixie, are you good in a confrontation?
Am I good in a confrontation?
Do people confront you?
They know better. Yeah, like if I'm at work, like if I'm at Sidetrack and there's like a drunk person who's mad at something I say, I think I'm just flippant. And if I really get worked up, this is weird, but my eyes shake. Like my actual eyes, they like, it's like a warning.
Charging a laser.
It's before, yeah. It used to be when I was a kid and before I'd say a bad word. It's like a built-in warning system that like, don't say what you're about to say. I know it's weird, but it's true. So my eyes will start to shake and I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Try to reason with people. I usually never get to the level where I have to be like arguing with someone unless it's like a stranger who isn't like sober or something.
But you get involved online stuff. I don't like to get involved with online stuff. As our Drag Race UK stuff has taken off and European people like hate us now, it's harder for me to stay out of it. I've said a couple things, but it's hard.
Have you taken the Myers-Briggs test? You should take it. You're probably a commander type.
From here on out.
You should take it because it kind of tells you how you should handle your confrontations.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's yours?
Mine is, I always fluctuate, but I get ENTP, which is the debater type. But that's like for wanting to learn more, so I'm never like confronting someone and like arguing to be right. I'm just trying to learn. The other type that I get is the mediator.
I see that for you.
Yeah. Because I don't want conflict and I want people to know that nothing is like personal.
Do you feel yourself doing that online a lot? Do you mediate between, because you know Chicago Twitter and Chicago Drag.
Oh God.
There's, We need to get it together, folks.
It is. It's a cancellation every other week. Like, what's on the menu today? Oh, someone just got canceled.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of that online.
I get too worked up, and like that's what I use like Alexis and like Curtis for. Like, I'll be like, I know this is dumb. I don't want to publicly talk about this, but I just have to like say how stupid this is. It helps me.
I could see you saying some really nasty shit. Some really awful things.
I have a lot of opinions.
Oh.
Yeah.
You must be homosexual. I put a square around ophthalmologist because I was brought up. That's the profession that I wanted to do before I...
Why did they talk about ophthalmologists?
Dahlia said it. Dahlia was like, I don't know what they're seeing, but my vision's perfect. They need to hit up an ophthalmologist, which is an eye surgeon.
You really wanted to be an ophthalmologist?
My parents wanted me to be an ophthalmologist, so I thought that I wanted to do that. I was like, no, I want to be a clown.
There's this really cute twink that comes to Sidetrack a lot. He's an optometrist. His name is Jode. J-O-D. He's adorable. And I was like, I think I'd let you touch my eyeballs.
Oh.
Jode, touch me, daddy.
Put
I
it in
guess
my
I'd be
eyes.
the daddy in that case. Ooh.
No, you be the sockets.
So now we move on to the looks. We have the boules. And I have a voicemail.
And you got a voicemail.
From 1-800 something. Cars for kids.
Better start paying those loans
Those
back.
kids for their cars.
They're giving you Shania Twain That Don't Impress Me Much tease. Also a little bit of cat sass at the
The drag pageant.
drag pageant, yes.
Yeah. I love the pillbox hats. I love the red lip. I think they look so good.
Yeah, I love
And I
this.
love the little red tips of the like shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I thought was really strange was this is the episode sponsored by Arta Wigs. And
Oh.
they didn't wear any wigs. What was that?
They could have thrown a little wig
They
on.
could have thrown a little like bus driver wig.
Bald.
They're bald.
Maybe they wanted to make a statement.
Have you ever seen a baby come out of the womb with a full head of hair?
Inches. 44 was the longest I've seen. The hair came out first.
So
Like, mama.
that would be an easy way to get a baby out. Woman by the scalp. I think it's so weird when a baby has a full head of hair. I say post-birth abortion.
Yeah.
That's what we're coming to.
Yeah.
If Planned Parenthood gets its way, we can have abortions up to 4 years old.
When I was born, I was fully clothed. Suspenders. I even had the corny bow tie. I made choices back then.
When I was born, my parents didn't know they were having twins, and so my brother came out, and then the doctor's like, "Peace out," and left. And then the nurse was looking up in there. I don't know what they do after, but she was like looking up in there and was like, "There's another baby in there."
Wow.
Yeah, and so they pulled me out with forceps because I didn't want to get out because it was so warm.
Mm-hmm.
I was tired.
Oh, you remember Picture It, Sicily.
I had to grow a whole body. I was tired.
You really wanted to chill in there, huh?
If
Your whole
it
body.
were an option to go back, I think I would take it.
You said, reading the paper, in the womb. You going out? Okay. I'm staying.
I'm staying. This woman's uterus is spacious.
I forget you have a twin.
Yeah, and my mom's a big woman.
I've never seen your twin before.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
No, you haven't.
I haven't.
He looks just like me, but straighter. He stands a little taller. His fingers always smell like pussy. I'm getting me today.
You're getting it. You're getting yours.
I feel like Alexis.
That's good.
I'm getting me today.
Finger smells like pussy. My goodness.
Here we go, here we go, here we
All
go.
that baby talk.
It makes you want a baby?
It makes me want to have a child. I was talking to so many people last night. Would you have a child? Just going up to them in the club, like, would you see yourself raising a kid? Seriously.
Do you?
And I was like, well, maybe when I hit like my later 30s, when I feel like I'm more established, maybe I'll have a kid. Because I feel like that would be very fulfilling.
Yeah, I want a baby for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad was like 41 when I was born, and so he was always the older dad because we lived in the South and everyone has babies as teenagers. So I remember being a little embarrassed because everyone always thought he was my grandpa.
Oh.
But I think society is changing,
Yeah.
and they have better skin regimens now, so I don't think I'll look as old. I'm 35. I'd like to have a baby in the next few years.
Yeah.
Or like a toddler. I don't want a baby. I want a toddler.
Mm-hmm. Adopt. Don't shop.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many toddlers out there with problems.
So the judges this week, special guest, the winner of season 1 of Dragula, Vander Von Odd.
Have you ever spent time with Vander?
Uh-huh.
I
showed a little bit. Yeah, she's
I
really
love
cool.
her.
Mm-hmm.
We, Alexis and I ate at a Harris Casino at a buffet with her.
Oh, love that.
Not Harris, but it was like, I don't know, in Milwaukee. In Milwaukee, and I ate a giant plate of mashed potatoes and pancakes. And
At the buffet?
Yes!
You
I
went
got a little bit of
starched up.
everything. She's just so sweet
Yeah.
and funny.
Very talented.
Yeah, so happy. She looked amazing too.
Yeah. That I
on
love
the-
that hair on
Yeah.
her. Like, she can pull a little back, give her the big forehead. And, like, oh, that shape, just like
I know.
the Nefertiti
Oh, I loved it.
of it all.
And then the other one was an SFX, special effects designer.
Who was on...
Paint Me,
Face swap.
Face Swap,
Yes.
FaceTime. He was so kooky, and his judging made me giggle so much. I loved him. Bring him back.
Yeah, usually you're like, and
You
then the other special guest was someone else.
Oh yeah. I was ready to say like, and then it was this guy, and then I watched it and I was like,
Let's look into
bring
it.
him back. Bring him back. USB. All right, so we had Dahlia Black
Dahlia Black.
as the strong woman. She used her Arta wig to cover her other wig.
Clever.
And took that off.
She pierced her probably very expensive breastplate.
Yeah, and those cool. I loved her arms. I loved how they were sculpted. They were made out of. It looked like faux suede.
That eye effect that she does too is so impactful.
Yeah.
From a distance too, I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah. I mean, she killed this challenge.
Yeah, this was amazing. Eva Destruction.
Tap dancing.
Tap girl. So the character,
She had like a twin growing out of her stomach.
I see, that shot some water.
That shot some water, which, you know, if I had a face in my stomach, I want water to come out
I want
of
something to happen.
it. Yeah.
You know,
we'll have a little bit
you're
of
out with the
water.
guys with the Nerf guns, and then
Yeah.
you're playing a little water.
No.
and
Don't
then
worry
you're
about it.
like,
I don't need a super soaker. I got my own.
Yeah.
Take it away, Linda. But I do agree with the judges that it looked like she had melted it in the microwave before putting it on. So it's just like this squishy little face.
She said she'd never styled a wig before. You know what?
It
That
looks
has volume.
wonderful. Landon Cider had 3 purple penises and 8 glass. I agree with the big one. The big boule said that it might have been more effective to have 3 bulges because, like, seeing Muppet, like a Muppet dick, kind of took them out of it. But overall, the look was awesome.
Landon said, well, they're not anatomically correct, but
Yeah.
what is?
What 3 penises are. That makes sense to me.
Mines are.
You have,
Mines?
Wait, you have 3 penises. How many balls? 4. Remember? You have 2
They
sets.
share one ball. Okay, one giant ball.
Louisiana.
The trend of the 3 titty. We've been seeing it a lot this year.
Yeah.
Think about that.
3 titties are
Be oddly.
last week on UK.
Blue Hydrangea.
Blue Hydrangea.
Alexis, how many do you have? 4.
Well, now you're just getting selfish. I thought the look was really cool. I loved the velvet. It looked very expensive, but I think they were upset with the performance. It was very lackluster. Because she does burlesque, and she's done it already, so it just kind of seemed like kind of the same thing.
Yeah. But she does look amazing.
She does. I
She's
love the neck piece.
Very committed to it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's Louisiana. We love her.
Priscilla Chambers. I thought this look was really cool. The hammer in the nose.
Yeah, I thought it was real. I love the pinhead thing. I think it was just the doll that she brought didn't make any sense.
I can see it making some sense. Like, it's a little girl and this is her, like, play doll.
But she just threw the wig on there.
Yeah,
That was,
she
like,
fully
her-
gave this doll, like, a big-ass wig.
It's a nicer wig than I'm wearing, so I have to say, good on you, doll.
She could have just worn it, like, over her bald head and just, like, revealed into it, right?
Or if you saw Landon turning it into pubic hair and, like, facial hair, I think I would have thought to turn it into, like, chest hair, armpit hair, something.
Make him look like a freak.
Yeah, exactly.
I still think it's a really cute look
It is cute.
and, like, a polished concept.
Yeah, and I love her teeth. I'm from Tennessee. I see that teeth a lot. Is that it? No.
Big gums. That's all of them.
No, there's 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That was quick.
So fast.
Woo!
So the top of the week was Dahlia Black. wow. And that, you know, kind of just concludes some of the drama that happened earlier in this episode.
I don't know if it concludes it. I think it started more. Don't you think it's gonna get worse next week?
Oh, well, we did blow some wind into the fire.
Yeah, for sure. I love when
For
you
this
make fire
episode.
references.
Oh, you like fire, don't you?
Yeah.
We didn't start the fire.
But we did burn down that house in Cincinnati. So she won, and then Landon was safe, which, obviously. And then, for some reason, they did a bottom 3 instead of a bottom 2.
They just wanted to abuse more people, you know?
You know what I think it was about? I think it was because we knew Eva was going home. Like, she'd been in the bottom too often. Priscilla had just been in the bottom. So it was like, okay, another bottom 2, and they're kind of who we expected to be in the bottom this week. I think they threw in Louisiana because they needed a little drama.
Oh.
And Louisiana's been safe the whole time. And so going into the finale, or into the final couple episodes, I think she needed some sort of jolt.
So they really want to see her succeed.
Yes.
I'm sure.
I think so. Yeah.
And her tolerance for pain, I mean, she talked about it. She hates pain.
She faints from pain.
Yeah.
Have you ever fainted from pain?
No. Have you?
I fainted from, like when they take blood at the doctor's office. Oh, I'm getting weak. Just think about it.
Oh.
If they can't find the vein immediately and they dig around with the needle, nothing is more disgusting to me. Like feeling the needle, like, ooh.
Wait until you give
I'll put my head
childbirth.
over my 2 minis.
When you give childbirth, your hole has to open like this wide.
Oh, I've been there.
And that's just for the wig to come out.
Well, you got to get those inches started.
We gotta get the inch.
I don't know that I would faint if I had to staple. I would just be really grossed out. So they had to staple dollars into their body. And I think they all
Have you
chose
fainted
to
before? Like just collapse?
Yeah. When I was a junior in high school, our concert choir was doing a concert and I had a Peter Pan solo. I just sang, I'm flying, look at me. Anyway, and we had 2 shows. And the first show, I did great and it was amazing. The second show, I had lost my voice. But they said, no, you'll be fine. And I went up there and I squeaked through it and I sounded awful and I was super embarrassed. So then I went back to the front row and I locked my knees. I was like standing there and then I was like,
Oh.
but I was right by the curtain, and so I like slowly walked away and then fell like into the side of like what is that, backstage, but my little feet were still on stage and they kept going.
The show must go on.
I guess like someone had pulled me off. But can you imagine just seeing this
Little
child
Drew.
fall and then seeing their legs just slowly get dragged? High school Drew had a lot of issues.
I used to do like choir in middle school.
Whoa, Brad.
Yeah. This boy Tyler was to my left and he was like, I don't know if I can do it. I was like, well, all you have to do is just like use your head voice. And then he fully fell off the rise. I was like, oh my God. He fainted too. Singing just puts it out of you.
I love that I love that someone says, I don't think I can do it. Like they're about to faint and you're like, just use your head voice. They go backstage, Louisiana, not having it.
No.
I think she...
Scared.
Yeah, she's not only scared, but she kind of called bullshit on her being in the bottom. And I don't know that I disagree with her.
They want to push her. That's
push her.
what they said at the very beginning. These challenges are made to like challenge you.
So
Yeah.
Eva and Priscilla do it, no problem. They're just stapling away. Well, I mean, not, they weren't like, ooh, but they do it. Louisiana does it because she's professional, but she does faint.
She does faint after, I think, $3 bills were on her. Okay, that's 3.
When I'm performing and I get tipped more than $2, it just gets too heavy and I fall
I
over.
faint too. And then for the $4, I go, this is for everyone who has ever believed in me. And then I staple it onto me.
We lost her.
Yeah.
We lost our
Her.
poor little Eva destruction.
It did suck to see the shoes at the very beginning. I was like, oh no.
I think they
Them
just
shoes.
really, her
Jazz
aesthetic
shoes.
is not the gross dirty. And I think they want the gross dirty. I was sad to see her go, but I do think it's her time. It's
Rest
her
in
time.
peace.
Oh,
That was it.
someone was commenting that we don't do the comment of the week anymore.
Oh.
Which is sad. So I do want to do the comment of the week. Shalexi, do you have it? The comment of the week is referencing the Judgment House that we talked about last week, which are haunted houses, but they have a spiritual message, and you follow the story of someone going to hell, and you're supposed to not want to go to hell. Jose Rodriguez says, my friend in South Texas went to one of those judgment houses. He said the guy who goes to hell, they really emphasized that he was going to hell because he was gay, and they dropped the actor down a chute into hell.
No!
It's hilarious to me. It's like the ultimate game of chutes and ladders. There's like a ladder to heaven and then a chute. The chutes are always more fun.
Christianity is such a production.
It's wild.
I saw this video of, it's in a church, this wheel that's just like turning, and it's like revealing Jesus, and they just like lift Jesus, and everyone's just like, oh my god, the stage production.
I did a lot of church plays, obvi. Once I had to be an angel watching Jesus get crucified, but I had to sing the whole time. Like, I was the soloist, and I was like singing what was happening as like Bubba from Tennessee is on the cross going, ah, Lord, why? And I'm like, he could have come. Like, it's so fucked up. Thank you, Jose, for that comment, and thank you everyone for your comments. As much as it's not always good to read comments, we are definitely reading them.
Yes.
So continue to comment. We would love to hear more about your fucked up childhood. Also, we do have people continuing to donate to the wine fund, and we want to thank you so much because we do drink. Those names are here.
Tequila.
Thank you to those people, and of course, our Patreon keeps growing and growing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much. It's truly giving us the ability to do more with this show. We're so excited. We have a few, what do we call them? On the scene videos that we're gonna make soon that I think might get us hurt, but I'm excited to do them.
Spice it up for you.
Yeah, spicy.
We like to diversify our content.
Our portfolios. So before we go, she's been over here the whole time.
She's got to get her minute in.
Please welcome for the intern minute, Shalexis P. Bevels.
Okay, while I'm setting up, look at this camel that's outside of your house.
Oh shit.
What?
Hi, I'm intern Alexis P. Bevels. The P stands for pussy fingers. All right.
Makes sense.
Let's start with Rasputin. Now, there's a podcast that I love called Last Podcast on the Left. And they did a whole, I think it was like 4-episode series on Rasputin. So he wasn't magical. He was smart. Little Nicholas Tsar, they would feed him a medicine. You know, like Tylenol thins your blood? He was anemic. So they would give him Tylenol, but it would not help because it was thinning his blood. And Rasputin was the only one that's like, stop giving him medicine, or whatever.
Do it again?
Stop giving him medicine.
That's what I want.
And so they would stop, and he would be better. And that's why Tsarina Alexandria, I think the mom, she thought he was a magical, powerful human. Rasputin was, I think, like 9 feet tall, and he had a 4-foot long
wiener.
And he believed that his wiener was a gift from God, and that he had to fuck everyone he knew.
I love that.
Right? And he said it was his curse, and he smelled famously smelled horrible, but he would still pull all this straight because his dick was so big. And did you know that he walked from Russia to Siberia and back multiple times?
Well, he could just use his dick as a kickstand when his legs got tired.
Also, famously, if you look like Rasputin, that's my type. Tall,
Impending Doom is kind of hot.
Tall, super pale.
Just one of my types. I have many different types.
She wants to be able to see most of your bones.
If you look like Rasputin, hit me up. If you look like Dennis the Menace's dad, hit me up. As a member of the tap dancing community, I would like to say, well done, Eva. Congratulations. I'm so sorry that this did not work out well for you. But I have to think, when you're given an opportunity like being on one of these shows, you want to show all the talents you can.
Yeah.
So I think maybe she was like, where can I fit this in? Maybe this is it.
That's reasonable.
I'm not mad at it. I think that you probably saw a lot of tap dancing in carnivals.
That alligator in that grocery store parking lot was not tap dancing.
No.
It was just slowly dying.
Oh, you know what? When we were doing preschool, come to school dressed as what you want to be when you grow up, I did a clown. Only so I could put a pom-pom on my head as a wig.
Dang.
That makes sense.
My best friend came as a train conductor, and he got to go take a picture by a train, so he got to leave school, and they let him pick one friend, and he picked me with a pom-pom in my hair. And when the train came, it whooshed it. I was feeling my Pantene Pro V commercial. I was like, do slow motion. I was like...
And Shan came to school and was operating on children's eyes.
Okay, I have a blood story. Do we have time in my minute?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was little, my mom took me to get blood testing or whatever, and I remember it was this big, like,
paternity
really
test?
nice lady.
She didn't know who your father was?
No, I was pregnant. We didn't know who the father was. She put the needle in. She goes, "That's it." And what she meant is, that's it. The hard part is done. Now we just take the blood. But what I thought was, oh, it's over. So I'm looking away, and I go, really? And I lift my thing up. The needle squirts out. Blood goes everywhere, and this poor nurse is like, she screamed, bloody arm. But afterwards, she was so scared, she gave me a Coca-Cola in a can.
Sure, Coke.
Sound like she needed a Coke.
I know, right? That's Intern Minute. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Shalexi. She's taking the lights with her.
Well, that's it for this week's episode.
What an episode. We are down to the wire. We are almost finished.
I'm thinking I want Landon to win.
Yeah,
and
me
I
too.
think everyone else on the show agrees too.
Yeah, I think everyone knows it's happening. Thank you so much for watching. Do all the things we told you to do before. And we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
I burped as I did that.
Oh.